So to finish off this eyeshadow look that I have done previously, I personally would put liquid eyeliner on with it just because that's what I like to do. But lots of people struggle with liquid eyeliner, and I think the best advice I can give you for it is to map it out with a pencil first, because pencil's easier to control. You don't have to do it really, really heavy. You can just sort of mark where you want your eyeliner to go. So what you also want to remember, and it depends on whether you want to do a flick or not, you can do really small flicks, you can do quite big ones. I actually have a bit of a scar in my on my eyelid, so sometimes I struggle to get my flick just right, but the general rule of thumb is that you want to sort of point upwards from the corner of your eye up to where your eyebrow is. So it's essentially like that. What you've got to be cautious of is obviously raising your eyebrows to a certain point, and then when you let them go, your flick can drop. So this may take a lot of practice. You may just need to practice with your flick at home and find the flick angle that's right for you. Sometimes I do a flick that sort of goes outwards as opposed to up. But the general rule of thumb is to get that sort of lift is that you're pointing towards the top of your eyebrow. So when I do my sort of guideline is I don't tend to do a lot of sort of holding. I do a lot of sort of little scribbles. And I just get it right into my lash line. I actually open my eye when I do that bit and just go down like that. Lots of people like to hold their eye like that. I find that it distorts where my eye sits. So I'm going to do that, and then I may do a little line that way. And then I'm going to show you how I go over that with some gel liner from Delilah. What you could do is, if you're happy with pencil, I always find that the pencil looks better if you smudge it in a little bit. So you could get, like, I don't know, a flat brush of some kind or an angle brush and just wiggle it in and out across where you put it. And you can make it as thick as you want, and that will soften it. And that for some people will be enough. Again, I'm an eyeliner fiend, so I do quite like a lot. So I would go over this with the gel. Or an inkwell maybe, but this Delilah one's lovely, and it literally doesn't move, so you've got to get the right brush. I've just put a bit on the back of my hand, and then what you're going to do is, because you're now following your line, it makes it a lot easier. A lot of liners don't tend to have, they don't tend to be really, really black, but this is, which is helpful. So don't expect to go in and do what, no one goes in and does one swoop and it's all done. Everybody does it in little bits. Another little tip is you can draw dots all the way along and join them up. But like I said, I prefer to do mine with a pencil first. And again, with my flick, I always go backwards and then join everything up. I don't tend to use gel liner underneath. Again, I tend to use pencil. I don't tend to do it all the way along, sort of the outer corner is enough. And you can always, again, blend it in with your flat brush. Just blend that across. And that looks quite nice. You can obviously always wear liner by itself without the shadow. You don't have to have, this is quite a heavy look, which is what I do normally. But you could make your flick longer. You could do it without eyeshadow. You can see the difference in my eye size though. My eyes look so much bigger with the top eyeliner. You can also, you don't have to take your liquid eyeliner all the way into your corner of your eye. Lots of people start it from here. You've just got to play around with it and see what suits you best. But like I say, I prefer to go all the way in. All right, happy practicing.